Hello, welcome back to another recording week, I don't know, of Beyond the Screen. I'm getting really good. It's another week and another recording of Beyond the Screen.
You could have said episode.
It's an episode.
Another episode of Beyond the Screen. I am one of your hosts, Sara, as you can tell. I'm doing really great, especially mentally, just knocking it out of the park. With me, as always, is Shawn. Hello,
Hi,
Shawn.
I'm Shawn.
How are you doing? How are you doing mentally?
I'm back home. I don't think I was. Last time we did this.
That's right.
I no longer have the yellow walls.
Yes.
We're selling the place.
Is the ghost there? Did it follow you home?
No, that's the other home. No, it did not.
It did not follow you? Okay, good.
The ghost is still at my grandparents' house. But I watched some movies today. One of them I kind of liked, and the other one I watched Spider-Man 3 today, which we're not going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about that in a couple weeks. But I enjoyed the other movie a lot more.
You were wrong. And before we get into it, we also have Mike with us. Hello, Mike.
Hello.
How's your mental state?
It's fine.
I'm just checking in, make sure everyone's doing fine.
It's fine.
Are you doing fine, Sarah? What's going on?
Not at all.
Sure. Okay. No, it's all good.
Good. Okay. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
I'm just thinking about it.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm just thinking about it.
I'm just thinking about it.
How many TikTok audios can we get into this?
I don't know. I spend way too much time on TikTok.
Same.
Like,
wait.
I think I started using it towards like maybe the beginning of the pandemic.
Okay.
Maybe it was the middle.
So you were in the early stages.
Well, no.
Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
I was there for that one, but I feel like TikTok was a big thing before that. Because my little sister was really into it, and I was always like, this is the dumbest thing ever. And then pandemic hit, and I got really bored. And I made my way to TikTok, and ever since
to it.
I'm just like, dude, I used to be so shit. Because like it's not Vine.
No.
I still miss Vine, rip Vine, dude. But I'm really upset that Mike didn't see what I did. Sir, this is a Wendy's. But I just Vine. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know what it is about TikTok.
Stop! You almost made me drop my croissant.
My croissant.
Oh god, that guy's amazing.
That's my favorite.
Dude, okay, what is the best Vine? We ranked the 50 best Vines of all time, and you walk them. Okay, we're not gonna get through all of these, but we'll do a couple of these. We'll do the top 10. How about that? Okay. Let's look. Number 10 is. It's look at all those chickens.
Look at all those chickens.
Pretty good.
I'm a lesbian.
Milk
I thought you
beep.
were American.
Number 9 is the milk beep. You guys remember that one? Where
No.
the grandma's carrying the thing of milk and the person honks the horn and she fucking well, that one's just unavailable. Has never went to Uvu Javar. I don't know that one, dude.
Nope.
This is great.
That one's another one. I don't know. That one's LeBron James.
LeBron James.
That's a good one. A lot of these are like, here's a good one. And they were roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. This bitch empty. Yeet. That one's also really good. Anyways, man. Rip my man's Vine. He didn't do anything.
No, my TikTok sound I just say every day at work is, oh no, our table. It's broken.
I've been doing that one a lot. What's your favorite TikTok sound?
Right now it's that one.
It's that one. No, but like of all time.
I is that one? I really like when when it was like, "Here comes the boy."
Mhm.
I like
Yep.
it when it was like,
Yes.
"Here comes the boy."
Boy!
Boy.
Hello,
there.
That's my favorite.
Yep.
I do it every time my husky comes running around the corner. Comes the
Oh,
boy.
boy.
I used to do that at work too, and they would all look at me like I was crazy.
Dude,
It was like,
I
it's so good.
do
Where
that
he
all
comes,
the time.
here we go. There he is. It's so good.
Oh, but I mean, it's not a TikTok sound. It originated from a YouTube video, but it became like really big on TikTok. I really like. Her sister was a witch.
We were just watching that video.
Yeah.
You're gonna look me in the face and tell me that I'm wrong. We're literally just watching it. Grow
Oh, what about you,
up.
Mike? Grow up. Fuck you.
It's so good.
Oh god, I've watched so many TikToks and there's so many sounds. Mainly there's mashups I listen to on there. A lot of people do blind reaction to mashups. So I'm a sucker for those mashups. And there's one recently that's been hooked in my head right now. And somebody did a mashup of Michael Jackson's "Remember the Time" with Phil Collins in the Air Tonight. I was like, it was like so good. And people want a full version of that. It's like, I'm the mashup kind of guy. I love my mashups. So,
Somebody touch my spaghetti.
I also do. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
they're not gonna know. Who's gonna know?
They're not gonna know. They're gonna know.
They're gonna know.
I think
This is the
was a
whole show
Vine.
tonight.
It was a Vine, not a TikTok, but I really like the one where it's like the two guys in the boat and they're paddling. And he's like, "It goes down." Yeah. It don't go down. It go down.
Oh no.
Now at work, we've just been quoting SpongeBob back and forth to each other a lot too, with different TikToks. So that's been fun.
SpongeBob is very quotable.
Very much.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock.
Pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. Dude,
I quote,
you know,
all
like daily, I go, "Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you." And yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I say nobody can say chocolate around me without me going, "Chocolate."
We do that one a lot too.
I love chocolate.
What are they selling? Chocolate.
I remember when they invented chocolate. I always hated it.
I just pulled up a list of SpongeBob quotes, but you had one, Sarah.
I go, "Is mayonnaise an instrument?" all the time.
I you know, funnily enough, I do the other one from that episode, the whoever da you left your lights on. He's like
I quoted it the other night when I was closing, and I was like, "Taking out the trash at night." And all my teenager workers looked at me like, "What?" I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Taking out the trash at night.
I do. Maybe not today, and maybe not tomorrow, and maybe not the next day, or the day after that, or the day after that, or the next day, or the next day. I do that one a lot. I just pulled up a list. This one's pretty good. Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Yeah. We've been quoting the one that's like, "You forgot my Dr. Kelp." Where's my drink? Krusty Krab.
Don't you dare take the name of Texas in vain.
No.
Oh.
Texas.
I'm Dirty Dan. No,
What are
I'm
you,
Dirty
stupid?
Dan.
I'm Penny Larry.
Yeah. We should take Bikini Bottom.
Oh, that one
and
a lot.
push
And
it
push
somewhere.
I quote that one all the time.
Dude, what's the one where it's
Alone.
it's
Alone.
it shows
Alone.
this it's like a couple eating a dinner or something, and they say they're in like a restaurant and they say something, and then he goes, "I had a friend once," and it cuts over to SpongeBob.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh man, I dropped my pen." I have a pen you can borrow. I lost something once.
Yeah, that was it.
That was a TikTok sound for a while too.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Good
SpongeBob
times.
podcast win, dude.
Okay.
I know there is one. I think Hector Navarro does one.
Really?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
he does. Yep.
Now that
Anyways.
10 minutes of stupid vamping is over.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Regimented.
So I have a employee who's 17, and I like to listen to music at work when I can sometimes. And I've recently been asking him if he knows certain artists, and he does not. So I asked him if you know who Weezer is, all the hippie bands I like. So Blink 182. My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
He didn't know the song Dancing Queen. He didn't know any of these songs. I was like, bruh, get educated.
So you mentioned Weezer. I used to shit on Weezer a lot.
Everyone does.
Because everybody shits on Weezer.
Yeah, everyone does, yeah.
I love
And
Weezer.
then in August or whatever, when I saw them in concert, I saw
Yep.
them and Fall Out Boy fucked me and they didn't show.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
They didn't show up?
no, because one of them had COVID, I think.
No.
So understandable. I'm joking when they say that they fucked me.
No, you're not.
But it was
Right.
it was Weezer and Green Day. But
Oh.
I always was
Gr-
like, what was that?
Nothing. Oh, wait. Sorry.
No, you had a question about Green
Was
Day.
Green Day good? Was he still
Oh
good?
my god, yeah.
He also didn't know
Oh
who
my
Green
God,
Day
yeah.
was. It broke my heart.
Dude, I was talking to a kid the other day, and they were like, there was a Green Day song on, and they were like, they sound like every other musician, and I almost strangled them.
They are
I
the
almost killed
beginning
them
of
on the spot. Yeah, I
They-
almost killed them on the spot. But
No, but
Weezer.
Weezer.
I always used to shit on them, and then I saw them live. I was like, ooh, never mind. I really like Weezer now.
I saw
And
them
used
live.
to be on the
They were
hate
good.
train.
Yeah.
They're very good. They're very good. And
Yeah,
you know
they're-
what? Their cover of Africa is terrible.
Yes.
I like their
you.
cover album that they put out.
No.
I think it's really
That
good.
album is pure.
I don't know about the rest of it, but the Weezer one, the Africa, it's awful. But when they did it live, it was incredible.
I bet.
It was really
Yeah.
good. They did a really good
bet.
job when they played it live. It's just the fucking recording.
Yeah, that's
that
the
they
thing.
have.
Yeah, most live
is
stuff
terrible.
is better than any recording ever.
Yeah.
So, witness it live, people.
When Green Day they brought this 16-year-old kid up on stage and he played guitar with them. So that was pretty cool.
The Killers do that. They bring
Yeah.
people on stage
I
to
know a
play
lot of-
drums.
I know a lot of people. I think a lot of bands do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was cool that it was like this teenager, this kid. I was like, dude, that kid's gonna he's gonna go to school in a couple days and.
Was he good? Did he mess up?
Yeah, no, he was good.
Oh, good.
He played well. Yeah, he was good. This was like 3 months ago, and I'm bringing it up now.
Oh,
Green Day. Green Day.
Green Day. Anyways, I don't know. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
I mean, that can transition into what I want to say about Taylor Swift.
you got 2 minutes?
Taylor Swift's album.
2 minutes on Taylor Swift. Let's go.
I've been listening to specifically I Knew You Were Trouble.
I knew you were trouble when you
22.
walked in.
And We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together because I'm a very basic Taylor Swift fan.
I have only been listening to the 10-minute version of All Too Well.
The Jake Gyllenhaal song?
And let me tell you why, because Taylor Swift murdered Jake Gyllenhaal. He is
Oh my
dead.
God.
There is no more Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay, I used to listen to oh my god, I used to listen to Taylor Swift way back in the day, like 2006 when she first came out. I'm getting distracted, and
Me too.
I stopped listening at Red. So Red is the album that she just re-released. So I didn't really listen to any of their songs. I was like, oh, Taylor Swift. She's changing her
That's when
style.
It
Poppy.
sounded a lot more poppy, yeah.
Yes. And I like her. I like Speak Now. I like all her older stuff is really good.
That was the first one
So-
she did, right?
No, she hasn't. The first one she did was Fearless, which I really like Fearless.
Yeah, I've got a couple songs on there.
People think she's going to do Speak Now next.
She should. There's some songs on there I like.
Speak Now is really good.
Yeah.
So I don't really care much about Taylor Swift until the internet exploded with the 10-minute version of the song, which is incredible. I listened to it and I was like, okay, this is good. And she is dragging him through the mud. And then all the TikToks are just conspiracy theories, all this crazy stuff. And then I re-listened to it again last night in a really bad mental state.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh shit, I really relate to this song a lot more than I thought I did. But like briefly, my 2 minutes are about to be up. Doesn't matter. Okay, so briefly, if you don't know, for those, and no, probably don't know, for those listening, I don't know, maybe you do. For Jay Wade, who's listening and probably has no idea what this thing is going on, Taylor Swift dated Jake Gyllenhaal when she was 20, and he was, I don't know, 30 something.
Yeah, because he's like 76 now or something.
Yeah, he's like 84.
I think they put him in hospice the other day.
She wrote the song, and people back into this song was released 10 years ago, and people speculated it was about him, and it was 5 minutes, but it was never really confirmed. Then when she re-released the whole album, she added a 10-minute version of the song, and it's pretty much confirmed it's him. And it's literally, the lyrics are just like dragging him. Like it's really damning. I mean, like, there's lines about how he missed her 21st birthday and he was manipulative. And along with the song, she released a short film that she directed, starring Dylan O'Brien and Sadie Hawkins. That's not her last name. Yes, from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And they are playing her and Jake.
That's
allegedly.
At first I was thinking, man, there's a really big age difference between that matchup. And then I went, oh, that's the point. Okay.
And the short film is the song. It's just, there's like a whole fight scene in it. It's really well done.
I haven't seen it.
She directed it and it's really good. Like, it's really good. And
she's really talented.
Yeah, she's got some really good lines. My favorite line in the song that I constantly quote over is, I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline is, I'm going to tell you what the punchline is. I'll get older, but your lovers still stay my age, which is just like,
oh, damn.
And Jake Gyllenhaal's current girlfriend is 23, and they started dating when she was 21.
Oh, God.
And he's in his 40s. So
that's some Leo shit.
Yeah. So it's been very
Hollywood's
interesting.
Be fucking weird, bro.
And a lot of people don't really like Jake Gyllenhaal kind of to begin with. Just think he's like arrogant and stuff. And her lyrics make it seem like he's just very narcissistic. So it's not a good look for my man, Jake over here.
Which is, it's funny because I don't really pay attention to celebrity gossip or anything.
Oh, me neither.
So my only exposure with Jake Gyllenhaal was the press tour for Far From Home, which he was very funny during, and when he's his appearance in John Mulaney's special, the Sack Lunch Bunch special, where he does music everywhere at the end.
People are putting that clip all over the place.
People. I've seen some people calling out John Mulaney with it as well, which I mean, there was.
We don't gotta talk about that. That's a whole other mess.
Yeah.
I was on the bench. I was on the bench. I was on the bench. I was on the bench.
I was sitting on the bench. I was sitting on the bench.
I was sitting on the bench.
I was sitting. Was that Olivia Munn?
Yes, it was. Yes. They have since broke up, and she is pregnant.
Have they really?
I heard that they broke up.
Is that real or is that like?
I don't know.
don't.
It also saw it. So John Mulaney for Jay Wade. John Mulaney and his wife.
Lawyers all the way up for divorce from Vanity Fair.
Yep, he's getting divorced from his wife that he said that he never wanted to have. She wanted to have kids. He said he never wanted to have kids because he had an addiction. Then he, after like 11 months getting out of rehab, decided to divorce his wife, started dating Olivia Munn, got pregnant immediately with her, and yeah, it's a mess. It's a whole mess.
It looks like he's getting divorced for the baby. So it sounds
they were
like
already
still together,
getting divorced.
But I mean, it sounds like he's speeding it up because the baby's coming.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
at least that's what people are saying. So it looks like he's still with Olivia Munn.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I saw a thing, but it could have just been.
Yeah, they're still together. It's just he's speeding up the process of divorcing his wife.
There's some great guys out there.
So,
and then there's
Hollywood is a hot mess.
And then there's there's all that shit with Chris Pratt as well.
Oh God, we don't gotta talk about that.
Yeah.
Welcome to Celebrity Gossip. I'm your girl.
That was the thing where he posted something recently about like his
all right, here we go. Chris
and
Pratt.
people were like
he thanked his
what about your
new wife.
What about your other kid, bro?
He thanked his new wife for giving him a healthy baby girl when his baby with Anna Faris is like disabled. And people are like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
I want to believe.
I want to like him. I just can't.
I want to believe that it's just him not thinking and poorly wording something.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's other things I'm like more forgiving of, but I'm just like, bro, like, it's not a good look.
Yeah. There's other stuff that people get upset about with Chris Pratt that I think is baseless and taking assumptions based on other things. But that's one where I was looking at it and I was like, how you gonna expose yourself like that? You caught yourself in 4K, my guy. You
did that to yourself, my man.
Oh fuck! I just hit my knee on the desk. Anyways, should we get into like the stuff that we were going to talk about this week before we went off the rails?
Yeah, that was a fun little celebrity gossip corner. Let's do that every week.
Because I just want the absolute tonal whiplash of talking about celebrity gossip. Let's talk about religious trauma.
All right, let's get into it.
Mass, people, which Sarah told us to watch on a previous episode of this show, and I was not thinking about that when I decided to watch it. I was on TikTok. Bringing it full circle. I was on TikTok and I saw a scene between Mike's like, all right, I can go to sleep now. We're talking about Midnight Mass. We won't do
give
this
me
for
credit.
too long.
Oh, we will do this. This is the whole show.
But because I don't want to get too into spoilers because I want Mike to watch it because I think it's really good.
No, I've seen the spoilers. I know what you guys are talking about.
This one?
But
yeah, that one.
Well, I wasn't even going to say like I think there's so many spoilers beyond that.
I mean, there's stuff I probably haven't seen, but I was
let's be honest. Is Mike going to watch the show?
Probably not, but I hope he does because it's really good. So I was on TikTok and I saw a scene between Father Paul and Riley.
Father Paul. Why is it always fucking Paul? Why is the name Paul?
They explain it in the show why his name is Paul.
Yeah, this one makes more sense. But
so fucking smart. That's what I want to. So, well, first of all, I saw a scene where they were like getting really heated with each other, and like
Paul and who?
Yell. I think it was Riley. Isn't that the main character's name?
Oh, is it when they're in the center with the chairs? Yeah.
After the big thing, when they get like really heated with each other, and I was like, kind of like this Father Paul. I don't know. I shouldn't, but he's very passionate in this scene.
I love him.
And so I put on the first episode and I watched it, and I watched it at like 11 o'clock at night, and I had to work the next day. So I was like, okay, I gotta whatever. And so I did that. I went to work, and then I sat down at my computer after work the next day, and I watched 6 hours of the show and finished it. And I think around episode 4 or something, I messaged you, Sarah, and I was like, I messaged in our group chat, and I was like, I'm watching Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
And then it just devolved from there. But like, oh my God. Okay, so I'm not a religious person. I was raised in a very religious household, and
Okay.
I got my first Holy Communion,
Oh
and then I
wow.
kind of backed out. I didn't get far enough to do like confirmation and all that stuff. But
So you were raised
I
Catholic?
Catholic, yes.
Okay.
So I did my first Holy Communion, and then I did Sunday school until like sixth grade or something, and then I was like, all right, that's it. I'm good. And I've never been a super religious person. If we would get into labels, I'd label myself agnostic, not
Okay.
atheist. I just can't afford to think about it. I'm just like, it's too big a question for me. And so I had somewhat familiarity with the subject, but I was also coming at it from the outside and being somewhat biased in certain ways. And I just was sucked so far into the drama of it all. And this is so I'm agnostic, but I love the idea of belief. It's actually like one of my favorite things. I think it's like this is not if not to get like super deep with it. I think it's like one of the most beautiful things in humanity. Like even though I don't have it, I'm just like I think it's incredible in other people. And I think it's very interesting. And the way some people talk about it, I find very compelling. And that's what this show does, because there's a monologue between two characters. It's like a couple monologues. It's a lot of monologues.
It's like
in this
four
show.
monologues back to back.
Yeah.
It's
But they're
insane.
talking about what they think happens after you die. And one person labels themselves an atheist, so is very much like I'm not. And the other one, I would say, seems to be struggling with their faith, but leaning towards believing and wanting to believe. And the reasons they give for wanting to believe, I think, are so compelling and are just. I think if anybody out there doesn't get it, you could watch this show and come around and be like, I understand why people would see this way. I think Mike Flanagan, which I think now I know he's had some religious shit in his past, and I think now he's come out of it a non-believer. But I think
he said he's agnostic.
Yeah, but I think he pours in his arguments for it so beautifully into it, where you're seeing like even if you don't believe, you see why people believe.
Yes.
In a very beautiful way, I think, and
I
not in
agree.
like an annoying way. And they do also. There is criticism as well. There's a lot of criticism of faith and of the church in this show. But
He does it all.
He does it all in such an incredibly smart and well-written way, and it's kind of scary. It's not too scary. I was able to watch it fine. There's a couple jump scares that got me. I want to give you time to speak in a second. But I think it tackles faith in the best way I think I've ever seen done in a form of media. It tackles like religious mythology and ties it into the mythology of a really popular horror
Yeah.
thing
Trope.
in a way, or trope that is so fucking genius that as the ties are being laid in, you're like, oh, I get it. Like I get it. Like this is some of the smartest shit I've ever seen. The characters are all written so well. You know what? Also, there's a scene that handles separation of church and state, especially in schools, perfectly. Where it's just, I'm gonna kind of spoil it. There's Rahul Kohli plays the sheriff in the town, and he's a Muslim, and he gets they're like the lady is handing out Bibles in the classroom.
Fucking Bev.
And
so
they're
good.
really getting into it. And eventually he just keeps going. And she goes, you know what? I'm not sure if this is the right place to be having this conversation. And he just goes, yes, exactly. That's my point. Like I thought that scene was brilliant. Anyways, I'm gonna let you speak now. I fucking 10 out of 10 loved it. I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I think even now, we watched it probably like a couple weeks ago. Even now, like it still resonates with me, and I still just think about it all the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of monologues. He loves his monologues,
Yes.
but I do feel like this show is a perfect show. Like
Yeah.
everything is set up perfectly and beautifully, and it all kind of ties into each other, and it does balance like the mythology and religion, and even like watching it, I don't think, like you said, I don't think it's offensive to either side. Like
No.
people that aren't like agnostic or atheists watching it don't feel like they're getting bashed over the head with isn't religion great, but it's also not offensive for like religion's stupid and you're stupid for like it. You know what I mean? Like it just it really just shows like the humanity of it. And I grew up in a Methodist church, so not Catholic, but still pretty similar with the traditions and all the same hymns. Like me and my husband were singing all the songs. Like I was like, oh, I know this one. Like, and
I know this song.
I was like, I know this one. All the different the traditions aspects of it. And I'm not religious, but like I still like believe in a God and have my own relationship and stuff like that. I'm actually dealing with my own struggles with religion right now and figuring out all that fun stuff. But so watching it, for me, like I wasn't ever really offended, and I think it just brings up so many good questions. And I would like to talk about the end, so I might spoil it a little bit. But
all right, so you want to get into spoilers a little bit?
I do. I just want to talk about what I like, the theme of the show overall for me, which might be a spoiler. So spoiler. Yeah, it's definitely a big spoiler.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about spoilers here. I'm not smart enough to like be like, this is about how long I think this is gonna take or whatever. Jump forward like 10 minutes or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe we'll be done in that time.
All right. So for me, I love that the show and what he's trying to say is that like it doesn't matter anything you do. Like it doesn't, like with Bev being so not in that sense, but like with Bev being so like religious and judgmental and all this stuff, that everyone dies. Like we all die the same way. Like we're all gonna end up dead. It doesn't matter. Like and that isn't even like, that could be really hopeless and really like sad, but to me, like that's just like really beautiful in the sense that like everyone comes in together and we all leave together, and it all just really ties into that idea. Like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like episode 4, they start setting up this what happens when we die, and and then at the end it's like okay, let's talk about it. Like let's get into it.
This is what happens. The ending, I had a couple things where I like, there's a whole scene where they're like, this is how the vampirism or whatever is working, and I was like, I don't. We're getting a little in the weeds for, I don't know if I really care to know this much about, but I think it's important to establish how it all, I think it's important at the end of the day, but I think that's the point where I was like, okay, some of these monologues are getting a little long, and it's when like it's monologuing about how this is all working, and it's not so much personal monologues anymore. The one monologue where I was like, what are we doing, is when the sheriff is talking about his past and how he became a cop and everything. And I was like,
his wife?
What is... Yeah, with his wife, and he's like, and that's why I came here or whatever. I was like, bro, what are we... Like,
yeah, I think it was just a set-up character.
Yes, but it was right after they were like, hey, this really bad shit's about to happen to him. And he's like, let me tell you about why I'm here.
Yeah, it was like, really random.
I was like, dude, we don't have time. They're vampires, bro. We can't be doing this. But I think there's also, some very clear Jonestown stuff. Like subtlety of a metal bat to the head. Jonestown stuff at the ending.
it's 7 episodes, right? So the 6th
Yeah.
episode, the midnight mass, if you will, the Easter
Yes.
midnight mass scene is incredible.
That fucked me up. That fucked me up so bad. I spent the entire time like this. Like
the whole episode, let's talk about the guy who plays Pastor Paul is absolutely insane. He is so good. He is so good in this show.
And he made me fucking love this dude who fucked everything up.
And I love it. I love him.
He fucking saw this vampire and was like, that's an angel. And I love it because you're like, I get it. I fucking get like how if you're, and they go into the shit of like in the Bible, whenever an angel appears, they're like, fear not or whatever.
Fear not.
Because angels in the Bible
are
terrifying creatures.
So you understand why, like, he would believe that this was an angel.
Yes.
Like, everything is just so... And that's why I was curious, like, I asked you, like, are you, like, religious or not? Because I was curious, like, how people who aren't religious or didn't really grow up with this kind of stuff, like, if they could still, not understand, but if they had, like, an appreciation. Because I'm like, I remember reading about this and hearing about, like, angels are terrifying. That's why people say don't be afraid. Like, that's why they're all scared.
Yeah.
I
think it helps that I have a fascination with religion in general, even though I don't practice or anything. I find it very compelling and interesting. So
they really cover
to learn.
Yeah,
and the show teaches you.
He covers what it's like how people could. How do I want to say this? Like, follow a man. I have a real issue right now with like pastors in general, with like that concept in general and like priests and stuff. But Mike Flanagan does a really good job of like kind of showing like how they are able to persuade people with their words. And especially with that last scene, the one scene he's talking about how there's a war coming. We have to get ready. Yeah. We are set here.
We are God's army.
We are God's army. And that's like stuff I have heard pastors say. Like, there are things that I'm just like, this is real life. Like, this is what is happening. And everything's just written so well. And it's crazy. And
it's so well done. I had, when, this is massive spoiler, when the fucking vampire walks in the priest garb.
Oh,
I think so the vampires were kind of funny because I'm like,
the vampire's design is scary. It's like really creepy.
But then he's walking around in like human clothes, and I'm like,
it's so weird.
What's his level of intelligence?
Yeah.
Like, is he like, are we going to eat them now, Paul? And Paul's like, okay, I got to put the fedora on you first. Okay, get in the trench coat.
It's like Venom.
Now
like,
we're putting
really
a priest, like each one of them, Paul. And he's like, well, first get the priest uniform on, okay? And I don't know what
it's so funny. No,
it's kind of funny to me, but it's also terrifying.
Yeah.
But you also get it. You get like, and they say it, I think, in the show because the sheriff's son is like, I'm gonna go to church, and the sheriff is like, why? You're a Muslim. You're not gonna go to church. And he's like, bro, she just fucking stood up out of her wheelchair and walked.
Yeah.
Like, how are you not gonna go, okay, there's something here? You know what I'm saying? Like if you see that, if you see all the people fucking doing the shit they're doing on this island, you know?
Yeah.
How are you gonna go, nah, dude? You know?
Yeah, I don't believe you.
That's like that's a side tangent, but that's my issue with Game of Thrones is religion, where, like, Sarah, you watched Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. With the high priest, remember? You talked about how you didn't like the high priest.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But the Lord of Light, clearly the correct religion of Westeros, because the dude fucking keeps dying and coming back. Okay, it's the Lord of Light. That's the God, because that dude just got stabbed like 6 times, and then his priest said a prayer over him, and he stood up and kept going. So like, that's the real shit. Like that's well,
that's what got people. I get it. If you believe, that's what got people to follow Jesus in the first place, is because he was doing all the miracles, and people were like, And that's like what he's alluding to, is that Pastor
Yeah.
Paul's going around doing all these miracles, and people like, you watch the church start to fill up, and by the midnight mass is completely full. Like, the show, I think this is the best thing he's done. I've seen a couple things. I really like Hill House. I think Hill House is really good. I feel like this is a much stronger script and story overall. I feel like the ending was very strong for me. I also just didn't really know where this show was going to go either. It is a slow,
me neither.
It's a slow burn.
Fucking me neither. I'll tell you
that.
I'll tell you that. There's some shit that happened in this show where I went, Sarah, what?
It's crazy. The characters are really well written. It takes its time for you to get to know them, and the town itself is a character. It takes a time to really get to know them and love them.
It fucking paints all sorts of people of different religious beliefs, and it doesn't, like we said, like you have devout believers, but you also have devout believers with different, like there. It's not like there's the mom believer. There's the believer, the somewhat believer, and the non-believer. It's like there's the devout believer. There's the devout believer that's like militant. There's the devout believer that like is trying to do the best that they can for humanity. There's the devout believer that has like their own things. Like, characters aren't one thing. Yeah. You know, it's not like they're very religious and that is their character trait.
Yeah.
Bev is very religious and would like to kill all the non-believers. Father Paul is very religious. And he's like, look, if other people don't believe, that's cool. But like for us, like we got to do our thing, you know?
Very understanding.
And you have like the parents who are
trying their best
and struggling. And then you have like Aaron, who's like a believer, but like, it's just.
And then you have the scientific aspect of it with Sara and like the non-believer. You're right. A lot of like media really will just cover like the crazy Christian person. And it's like, yes, but there's a lot more that not everyone is like Bev. And we all don't like Bev. We don't like people like Bev.
God. So. Fucking Bev, dude. I've never hated
But she's great. She's so good.
Well, no, she's not. Oh, okay. Like,
she's portrayed, like, the acting is so good because you just hate her. And I love that she tried to bury her head in the sand.
God.
Like, it's so funny.
Well, that's fucking, like, when everybody's fucking turning, she's like, she hides.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just genius. It's so good.
She spouts her shit, but when push comes to shove, she's not willing to do the difficult thing. You know? It's real good.
Can I take over and jump into something that I feel like is kind of similar for me?
I was gonna let Mike talk for a little bit.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
And then he could come jump back.
Because I don't think Mike saw this, so never mind.
You guys.
You just gotta start watching good shit, Mike. That's all.
I here's the thing, Shawn.
Join us in
you guys don't understand that I work Monday through Friday.
I understand.
I don't have time to watch. Bro. I don't have time to watch anything.
Welcome to our lives.
Hold on a second,
We don't understand.
Mike. Hold on a second, Mike. You have time. You just choose to watch Clifford the Big Red Dog instead. Yeah. All right. Don't give me that shit. You could have watched like an episode of Midnight Mass, but instead you were like, you know what, dude? I gotta watch some Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Was it good?
We were talking about it before you got on. I don't think he likes it. He hasn't.
So why did you waste your time?
Because I have a eclectic taste of crappy shit. Okay.
Oh, I'm aware, Mike, and I love you for it.
I
like crappy shit too.
I mean, here's the thing: TV shows I need to get like into, and I need to like binge watch mode. Movies are easy to flip on and just watch and just have one sitting with it. Shows I'll talk about shows eventually on this podcast. I have a couple shows in my queue that I really want to watch to talk about with you guys eventually.
He's never gonna watch them. He's gonna watch some B movie from 1973 instead. And you know what?
I thought you
love him
meant he's
for it.
gonna watch the B movie, and I'm like, me too.
He might. And
Larry B. King.
That's not slander against Mike. I never watch any of these shows. Like, man, Mike and I are gonna have a great conversation about.
You
this.
like jazz?
I watch these shows where I'm like, I'm gonna love this, and Mike is gonna love some fucking Godzilla movie from the 40s,
You
and
know
that's
what?
gonna
You
be
like
okay.
what you like.
Yeah, I will. I will bring those up because I watched those movies from the 70s, the 80s, maybe the 90s. Who knows? Diving deep into the culture of cinema. The thing about Clifford the Big Red Dog, just to just to sway over from.
I think that's my favorite transition we've ever had. Really religious drama to Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I almost wish we hadn't had that bit in the middle talking about Mike's taste, because it would have been even better to be like, man, just some religious, very, very interesting and deep religious stuff in Midnight Mass. All right, Mike, what about you? So the thing about Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I don't even know who's in that.
I've only seen half of the movie. I stopped at 54 minutes because I had to jump on and talk to you guys on this episode, so I didn't finish it. But I will finish it and give you.
Then why are we here?
No, because
we couldn't have waited.
Because
No, we couldn't have waited. I'm tired, dude.
No, you couldn't have.
I'm amped up on coffee.
The setup is within the first hour, okay? The first hour sets everything up.
Good.
Aww.
As most movies should.
Yeah, because it's
Unless
an
you
Oh,
hour and
watch
30
Eternals,
minutes. So,
am I right?
so if I grew up on Clifford, okay? I read the books. I saw the show. I even I love Clifford. He is
That dog.
such
Big and red.
What a good boy.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry.
sorry.
God. I swear to God. Because
I'll mute myself.
Here's what
She's gonna start crying. You know that she looked at the really cute dog and she's about to start crying.
because it's like, oh, a cute little puppy, oh, the cute little puppy, oh, the cute little puppy.
Because she cries at cute stuff, and you know what? Oh, there it goes. Here it comes. Here it comes. There's gonna be tears. Just wait.
It's a cute little puppy. So, okay, if you're aware of the books and the shows, Clifford starts off as a tiny runt puppy, just tiny, like super tiny, the size of like a pigeon. And there's even a scene where Clifford fights over with a pigeon, and it's a weird scene in the movie, but it's weird too because you kind of see the litter because they're like in a warehouse and it's like a batch of golden retrievers, and he's like the smallest little red dog, and you know, and they get left behind. So he has to like wander off, and John Cleese is in this movie. John Cleese is like, "Hello there, little dog."
He's still alive? I thought that man was dead.
Oh my God.
Keep going, Mike.
Wow.
John Cleese is like,
if you're listening to the audio version, go over to video.
Yeah,
Anyways,
go
keep
to
going,
YouTube.
Mike.
Go to YouTube,
Keep
please. John Cleese takes well, his name is Birdwell, which is the name of the author who wrote the book. So that's a little homage there. I was like, okay, he's Birdwell. Okay, that's fine. Good homage there, movie. John Cleese takes the dog to his animal rescue tent, and I swear, I would lose my brain because we have our main character, Emily Elizabeth. She and her uncle goes in the tent. He's like, "Ooh, look at all these animals," and they meet up with the animals. You see Clifford and like freaking the Uncle Casey, played by Jack Whitehall. Jack Whitehall doing a American accent who sounds like Ryan Reynolds. I swear to God, and yet his sister, who is Emily Elizabeth's mother, is British, which makes no fucking sense. Just make him British. Make him speak his native language. Don't make him do an American accent. It's just so weird. It's so weird. But he makes a joke saying, "This tent looks bigger in the inside." And John Cleese is like, no, the tent is smaller on the outside, so they made a Doctor Who joke.
Look at his face. He's like, I made the fucking holy grail.
Why
and
was
I'm
that
talking
like when we were
a
talking about
big-
Midnight Mass?
and this guy's so excited. He's so excited, and John Cleese just like, I got fucking paid to do this.
He was in Harry Potter.
This guy. This is me talking about Star Wars. This is Mike listening to me.
And so
This is me talking about how Daredevil doesn't count as an MCU show. This is Mike. This is Sara talking about what happened last week on The Bachelor. This is Mike and I.
Yep.
That should be a meme now. It should be a meme template.
Oh. I'm sorry, Mike, you were saying?
It's okay. Oh, that was a good laugh. Oh, God. Oh, God, Shawn, thank you for that. Oh, my God. Okay, wait. So, eventually, Emily Elizabeth gets the dog, even though Uncle Casey's like, no, your mother wouldn't allow me. Plus, your apartment complex doesn't allow dogs. And so...
Psych.
So, Emily, because Shawn and I beforehand recording, he was reading a one-star review about drama in this film. There's drama in this film because she gets picked on by bullies, and she goes to this private, like, high-class school, and she's nicknamed Food Stamps because she's on low income. I guess her mother's got a scholarship there for her, and so she could be there. And it's just so weird. There's like social media and all that crap. That's just a horrible message overall. But the way they execute Clifford is so weird because if you understand the original source, Clifford grows big because all the love that Emily gives to the dog, and they have to move from the city to Birdwell Island to live out. Of course, in this film,
All the love? That is so sweet.
Yes, it's like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why he grows so big. Like the original show from the 2000s, it's good. It's a good show. It lasted like 2 seasons. Like it's really good. So in this case, she is so sad from all being bullied, and she's like, "I wish you were so big and strong." And the next morning, he grows to 10 feet tall, and he's still a puppy. He's still a puppy, and it's like, no, it's not Clifford the Big Red Puppy. It's Clifford the Big Red Dog. For Christ's sakes, this is not. But it's not what this is.
Big Red Puppy.
So it's like
dude. When John Cleese rolled up to set, he was like, "I'm here to shoot Clifford the Big Red Puppy."
Not your best joke.
No. And the CGI for Clifford
Shut the fuck up, Sarah. Do I have to bring him back on screen? Do I have to bring John Cleese back on screen?
Bring the puppy back on screen.
The CGI for Clifford is so bad. Like it's like trying to act like it's a dog puppy just roaming around, and it's just like it's not good CGI. You should have seen like the making of it. You can see like I've seen like production stills, and it was like a big like cone thing that looked like a dog, and it was just like on set, and it was just so weird.
That's Sarah when I made that joke a second ago.
Just leave that up the whole show.
So
okay,
yeah,
right, that's gonna be a while.
So a giant puppy in New York City. Hilarity ensues. Yeah, a lot of things happen. There's drool, there's licking, there's pee, there's just a ball chase scene happening, and there was a Wilhelm scream in the middle of it.
Wow.
It was just like, okay. And of course, 40 minutes in, they introduce a antagonist to the mix.
40 minutes?
They had to introduce this big corporate guy who's like for a company that produces large things to help make the world better by having large food, and they're having troubles with making food large. Oh no, but they see Clifford the Big Red Dog, and it's like, oh, we need that guy. We need him to help us thrive in this world. And it's like, no, we don't need an antagonist. We don't need an antagonist for this film. We don't need it. We don't. We should have like a happy-go-lucky kind of film with adventures, but no. You got to put a villain in there to grab Clifford, take him to the lab, and do stuff to him. And as I was like watching them trying to get it, there was like chase scene going on, and he's going through buildings, and he's just like, it's a fucking mess. And the message is all wrong. The way they set up the characters, like Emily Elizabeth, like her mother isn't British. She has a father and a mother in the show. I was like, what the fuck's going on? What happened to the parents? And I'm like, I'm done. I quit. I might finish it. Who knows? But it's like, and also, mind you, I did get Paramount Plus as one of the perks of having a job. It's like I put Paramount Plus on my so I can watch whatever I want. And Clifford's like, "Ooh, coming out this weekend." Clifford. I was like, "Clifford, yeah, it's a new movie on Paramount Plus. Well, why the fuck not? Because I love the property." But no, they had to crap out a turd for families to watch, and yet CinemaScore audiences rated it a A. Why is it an A? It's like, sure, kids of a certain age be like, oh, the puppy.
Did you see his eyes? Cute.
It's a cute puppy. It's a cute CGI red puppy.
He said kids, but he really meant me.
I'm very sorry that this happened to you.
Ooh. I wanted a decent kids movie in 2021 where they respect the property of something they're basing it off of. It took 3 people on the screenplay and 2 people to write the story. 5 people in total to write this damn thing. Why can't you just find one person to just write something good? I hate it. I hate it here.
I'm very sorry, Mike.
I hate it. And
moving on. No.
Can we talk about something that is just full of love and joy?
Yes.
Right, here it comes.
I love them.
Look at them.
I love them so much.
Look at them. Look at all the love and joy there. Look at those 2.
All right.
I'm
so sorry for your loss, Mike.
And anyways, guys, I mean, here's the thing.
He said,
here's the thing. If you have kids of a certain age, like they'll probably not understand like all the bullying and the social media stuff. But if they want to see a big red puppy, just put up. It's gonna be this babysitter for the next hour and a half. Just sit the kid in front of the TV on Paramount Plus and just watch it. Maybe it's gonna be fun for the kids. But if you're an adult who appreciated the property as a kid growing up, it's not going to be a worthwhile trip. You can actually watch the reboot show that's on Amazon Plus. Actually, Amazon Prime Plus. Really? Wow, Prime. They came out a couple of years ago. It's actually pretty good. The animation is a little bit different from the original, but yeah, they rebooted Clifford for the television world, and it's on Amazon Prime. So I recommend just looking that up, or just watch the original show, or even pick up a couple of copies of the books. Man, just dive deep into Clifford. Clifford is a respected children's property. I mean, just love it. So, fuck.
I'm so sorry for your loss, Mike.
Maybe I'll watch something good for next time and be happy.
Like Midnight Mass? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe I'll do that for you guys, because I feel so stupid watching the movie for this. But you know what? That's who I am. That's who I am, folks.
All right. Moving on. Mike, did you have anything else?
No, we're out of fucking time. That was the Clifford was. We still got to do our movie discussion at the end.
Okay, well, I'm talking about internals then.
Yes.
Okay, so Disney Plus Day dropped the other day, whatever. They finally put, I don't even know how to say it, Shang-Chi,
yeah.
on there. I watched it. Very good. Very nice. Really like Aquafina.
We're going to fight about Eternals.
It depends on how you're feeling it. So I went and saw Eternals last night in the movie theater. With my husband.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
And I love this movie.
Oh yeah, let's fucking go! Let's go!
I've
seen it twice.
I do not understand why. Well, I do understand, but watching it, I was like, why do people hate this movie? Like, this movie is so good. It's so good. There's so many deep concepts. I don't think they all stick the landing. I think there could be. I mean, but it is really ballsy for a Marvel movie. Like there's literally a sex scene. You get your first gay couple, first gay kiss. People cheered in my theater.
Like, the sex scene is not like, oh, they're like, in the first Iron Man movie where they're like rolling around in the covers. Like, it's not that. Like, he's thrusting.
It's the sex. You watch, she says "I love you," and they're both moving.
Like, there's movement. There's movement. Shit's going on, dude.
The movie's progressive, but not. I don't know. Besides all that, I really like the story. I think there are deeper themes that she could have done a little bit more with, but whatever. That's
for maybe a sequel.
Yes. Yeah.
It leaves off in a place.
I love all the characters. I love, all of the characters. What's his name? Rob Stark is just so. Woo.
Dane Whitman. Oh no, Rob Stark. Sorry, Icarus.
Rob Stark. Excuse you, sir. Jon Snow Icarus. Too.
I was thinking Jon
very
Snow,
hot.
Who's Dane?
Beautiful. Love Camille Nanjiani. Steals the show for me.
Kingo.
That's his character's name. Literally couldn't remember. He borderlined a little bit too much, like the humor, because he's really our humor guy. Yeah. There were moments that I'm like, okay, like this is a bit too much, but it never crossed over for me.
What I love about that is that when you see them at the beginning, when they're first arriving on Earth, he's not funny. Like he's just like the rest of them.
Oh yeah.
Like he's and even when you see like the flashbacks to like Babylon and like
he's not really
he's not like a funny dude. Like
it's Drew. I don't know their names.
Druig's kind of. Well, I mean, none of them are really funny.
He's kind of when you first meet him, he's like kind of making like slight jokes, but then as his storyline progresses, he gets more angry. And you're right. Camille Lord is the funny one. Angelina Jolie, Thena.
Yeah, so good.
So good. I loved their relationship. She's beautiful. Okay. And she's so good in this movie.
I think this is one of the big dividing lines on this movie. How do you feel about Sprite and her storyline?
That is the only thing I did not like about this movie.
I did not like it at first. On second watch, I really came around on it.
Okay.
I really like it.
It might also be for a movie that was like trying to be progressive with like the gay kiss and the Muslim. I think he was Muslim and black characters, and also like a very diverse cast.
Yeah,
I thought they were going more with Sprite being non-binary, just based on her look. So when kind of out of nowhere he was like, "You're Tinkerbell," and like that whole thing, I was like,
God.
I was like, whoa, what's happening? Because I thought the whole time she would. And that's what bothered me, why I was like, why do we have to make it why does everything have to be this love triangle shit? Like, why? But I liked it. I like her explanation. Like, I do like how they ended in her character. I like her explanation of I'm always have to be young. I always have to look young forever. I can't grow old and have a family. I just thought they were going to go in a different direction. I think that's what upset me.
I think it's that I didn't see it as a love triangle. Because
love triangle is the wrong word.
Because it was like it was never a possibility. Mm-hmm. Because the movie doesn't go down the kind of troublesome anime route the anime sometimes does, where it's like 1,000-year-old girl. Sure, she looks like a child, but like trust us, she's 1,000 years old or whatever. Anime does that a lot, and it's a big reason why there's lots of animes that people are like, this is the greatest thing in the world, and I'm like, I can't fucking watch that. It weirds me out too much.
I think when I rewatch it will be different. I think it's just because it was my own assumptions just based off of her look, and that literally her look, and I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna be non-binary, and they didn't really suggest anything up until it kind of came out of nowhere that I was like, what? Oh, right. That kind of threw me off. But I was like, it's a Disney movie. It took them this long for a first gay kiss. There's no way. Same-sex kiss. Like, there's no way we're going to cross that barrier yet. But
maybe in 10 years.
Maybe in 10 years. I liked it. I liked what it set up. I guess we'll talk more.
Next episode, we will talk more. And I think you will be surprised at my placement of this movie.
Yes. Next episode, I'm just going to say here, we are doing our top 10 Marvel movies. With that challenge, I asked if I should only rewatch certain movies or rewatch all of them. And Shawn said to me, Sarah, there's no way you can watch all 26 movies plus 4 series in time. And I said, challenge accepted. So I am trying to watch.
Where are you at?
I'm trying to watch them in timeline order, so chronological order. So I started with Captain America, the first Avenger. Mm-hmm. I am on Thor 2 right now. So I made it pretty far. Then. Yeah. And
what's next? So Guardians 1 and 2?
Next is Iron Man 3. And then I believe it's Guardians.
Is before Iron Man 3?
So the list I saw, it had Thor 2 because it's right after the events. I think they can be interchangeable.
Oh, yeah, because he grabs a Loki and like books it immediately.
Yeah.
So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I did watch Shang-Chi and Eternals out of order, but just because I needed to watch them, so that's fine. I haven't watched The Incredible Hulk because it's not free to stream anywhere, but I will rent it and watch it. I was just like, I don't have time for this. I got to move on and watch.
We can talk about it more in the future, but Incredible Hulk is a movie I like more every time I see it.
I've only seen half of it. And I'm just here to say that we're not talking about the bottom movies, and there's no way this movie will make my top 10. But Iron Man 2 was really good. Y'all just... People just hate on it too much. It's ridiculous. I love Justin Hammer so much. All the shit is the scene.
Next time on Beyond the Screen.
The race scene Sarah. Is so good.
The big Marvel show.
I'm not taking this. I'm cutting you off.
Let's wrap up the show with our movie exchange segment where we each gave each other a different movie to watch with a different theme. I gave the theme, I'm explaining it, sorry. I gave the theme musicals. And my movie musical was, I guess I'll go first. My movie musical from Mike was Newsies. And I just finished watching it today, actually. Newsies starring Christian Bale. I'm pretty sure directed by Kenny Ortega, who did all the High School Musical movies, Hocus Pocus, a lot of things, actually. This movie inspired the Broadway Disney musical later. So the movie came first, which doesn't often happen. So I really like that. It was good. I liked it. I mean... It's a musical. You got boys singing and dancing. And like when you think musicals, like this movie is a musical. Like they're doing all these dances and jumps and Christian Bale singing. His accent is weird. I don't know what's happening. Robert Duvall, Bill Paxton. Yeah. Oh, no, Pullman. Which one is he? Lone Star from Spaceballs. That's all I know. Pullman. He's one of them. Yeah, it's based on the true story about the Newsies strikes, I believe, in the 1920s, 30s.
1899.
Oh, 1899, way off.
Yeah, 122 years ago.
Yeah. The songs are really catchy. Easy, fun story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to watch the taping of the Broadway show Newsies with Jeremy Jordan. I think I'm going to watch that next.
I was just going to ask you that. Yeah, because it's interesting because the film was a flop, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
that's surprising. I love that movie.
Then the cult following came about, and sales on home release, and then of course it spun off to its own Broadway show, and I was like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, people love that show now. My old high school just did it last year, and it's cool. Now I feel like people love it. But yeah,
it's a good musical, so definitely check that out.
What about I'm gonna have Shawn go next?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I also watched this movie as well. I gave Shawn Little Shop of Horrors. Shawn, give us your thoughts.
I think at the end of the day, I'd give this movie like a 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay.
A lot higher than I thought you were going to.
Here's the thing. I hated Audrey. The entire time through, I did not like Audrey. That's not a voice that I enjoy to listen to.
Yeah.
When she's singing,
Audrey too.
It's not as bad. Because when she's singing, she loses it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But when she's talking, I couldn't stand her.
That's how they talk in the stage show too.
Yeah, she's from the original off-Broadway show, so they cast her in the film. The actually, I looked it up. Actually, the original the casting choice was either Cyndi Lauper, famous for Girls Who Want to Have Fun. She couldn't do it because of her scheduling conflicts, and also Madonna was considered for that role as well. So, a little bit weird, but it's understandable.
The things that I love about this movie, first of all, anytime a musical works the Greek chorus in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I love. It's something I really love about Hercules, and it's something that I really liked about this movie. So I really loved the interpretation of the Greek chorus in this.
Yep.
Definitely a less literal interpretation of the Greek chorus than in Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Moranis. I don't have a lot of exposure to Rick Moranis.
Me neither.
Really, I think like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And this.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I've never seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
And he's kind of playing the same character a little bit.
Yeah.
Usually does.
But I didn't know he could sing like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really like his voice in this movie. I think he sounds really good. I loved the fucking Audrey 2 voice. I loved him.
Yeah.
He's from the Four Tops.
Steve Martin is my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
You'll be a dentist.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yep.
Bill Murray's little scene was really good.
I hated it.
I thought it was so funny. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, I really liked those things about it. I thought the plot was fine.
Okay.
The music, I'm going to be honest, I don't really love the music.
I love the music.
I like Suddenly Seymour. I like any of Audrey 2's songs. You know what? I think I liked most of the music.
Get it.
None of them blew my mind, but I really liked the Dentist's songs, and I really liked the Plants songs, Audrey 2's songs. Mm-hmm. The rest of it, I could have really taken or left. I wasn't like, this is bad, but I also wasn't like, this is some of the best shit I've ever heard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I think they're better in the stage. Okay. If you get really powerful voices, I think they're a little bit better.
Yeah,
there's some more songs on the stage as well.
Yeah,
I'm sure, I mean, this movie was like 90 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This film is phenomenal. Like Frank Oz directing.
Yes. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Audrey
the puppet.
What a fucking masterpiece puppet work.
Yep.
Like
And they use puppets still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
like,
stage.
It looks.
Yep.
Oh, on the stage still. Yeah, that makes sense. But like in the movie, like the puppet
Yeah, it looks really good.
By the Henson Company, Brian Henson did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was. I think that was like one of the best parts about it was the puppet work.
It is. Yeah, they shot the film on Pinewood Studios in UK.
Oh, that was another thing.
007.
The set.
Yep.
The set is gorgeous. The set looks so good. The set looks like a Broadway play, like a play.
Mm-hmm.
And I really loved it.
Did you see the other ending?
I didn't see that.
What's the ending? I didn't get to the ending.
The ending is
so
does Audrey die or no?
Audrey dies in the I've heard about the original ending that no, Audrey doesn't die in the ending that's on HBO Max.
No.
That's what they live happily together.
Yes.
Yeah, they live happily together.
That I read about that is not the version on HBO Max. Is the one where Audrey dies and
yes,
I guess
and that's
Audrey
the Broadway
the audience
ending
at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it takes over like the world and just spawns
Don't
off.
feed the plants.
So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that. This is just it because this is kind of a remake in a way because the original source. The source is from a 1960 film of the same name called Little Shop of Horrors. It's a Roger Corman film, known for his B-movie work. Jack Nicholson is in that film.
Really?
Yes.
In his first role, playing the patient part that Bill Murray plays in this movie. So eventually down the line, that it got turned into a Broadway musical, and then Frank Oz is like, "Hey, let's turn this into a movie," and that's where we got the movie
Alan
from.
Menken.
Yeah.
Yes. Alan Menken, who did all the Disney.
Yep.
All the good Disney.
Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast.
Yep.
Right? He did Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yep.
All the 90s.
I just think the film is fascinating, and it is so wonderful for what it is. So
yeah, I enjoyed it.
They are doing a remake of it.
I've heard of it.
I'm skeptical about a remake.
Taron Egerton, super excited. Scarlett Johansson is a weird choice for Audrey. And Bill. Oh my God, no, that's not his name.
That's such an. I actually think that's very interesting.
Is it Bill Porter?
Her voice is the opposite.
Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson has kind of a huskier voice, and I think that's an interesting.
Yeah,
that's an interesting choice.
Interesting direction.
I think.
This one says Chris Evans. Oh, Chris Evans as the dentist, Oren.
I really
Billy Porter as Audrey.
I really hope they do a puppet. CGI, I don't think would work.
No,
it would lose so much of the charm.
that would that'd be horrible if they do. God, that's got to be a puppet. It's funny too because
Greg Berlanti.
The movie was so popular.
Greg Berlanti.
I don't have any faith.
The movie eventually got an animated series called Little Shop. There's an anime series of this movie.
Mushnik. Oh, these are all rumored.
It's Mushnik. Yeah, we don't know a lot about this remake, but I'm thoroughly curious where it goes. I mean, it's worth. I really hope.
I hope they add the other songs.
I hope they do the original ending as well. They don't do the happy-go-lucky ending. Oh, the test.
I don't think they will. I feel like we've gotten to a point where we can add I don't think they'll do the original ending. I feel like we got to a point where audience will accept like a weird, kooky. Audrey dies, and then I'm pretty sure Seymour like kills himself, like goes in after her, and then they sing a whole song, and it's great. There's also Oren, the dentist, also sings a song, which is my favorite song in the musical when he dies. It's the gas, and which I wish they did. It's so good. And Mushnik and Seymour have a song together, which is really good. So I just add all the musical songs in.
Good.
But yeah, like I said, 7 or 8 out of 10 for me.
Good. I thought it was going to be lower.
Let's begin again, folks.
Oh, yeah. God. So I gave Mike a little movie called Begin Again, which is one of it is a musical. But it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's yeah. I was gonna say it's not your typical sing and dance musical. It has music,
there's a reason in the story for the music.
Yeah.
It's not like a proper musical where they stop and break into song to convey how they're, convey the story or whatever. It is like there's a thing in the plot of the movie that necessitates them to sing.
Yeah, directed by John Carney. I'm familiar with his work because I've seen his follow-up, which is Sing Street, which you guys should both watch if you haven't.
Next time you can get me to do it, dude.
Sing Street is definitely a one to watch. So I was aware of his work, and it has similar beats actually to Sing Street. Actually, watching it with the music, actually, it's really. Anyways, so many. I wasn't expecting musicians to come in to act like Adam Levine from Maroon. Movie? Yeah, and then you got like a CeeLo Green.
CeeLo Green's in it. Yeah.
I was like, okay, and they can act. They can act really darn good. I've seen CeeLo Green work before, but then like Adam, I'm like, Adam from Maroon 5 can act. Like, I was just like kind of blown away. And of course, Keira Knightley. I like Keira Knightley. She's such a great performance out of it. I hate Adam. I hate Dave. Dave can suck a dick for all I know. God damn it, Dave. I was actually yelling at the screen as I was watching the movie. I was like, damn it, Dave, why did you do this to her? Why? Like
this was pretty early in Haley Steinfeld's career.
Yes, it was. Yeah, she doesn't actually
she's
sing.
Really good in it.
She is as the daughter, Violet. She plays the guitar really good on that one track on the rooftop. I don't know if she was actually playing, but
I'm sure it wasn't. But
hey, it's.
But she acted good.
She's a great actress. To be honest, she's great.
I'm so excited for Hawkeye. I love her so much.
Mark Ruffalo.
If you guys have Apple TV, you should watch Dickinson. She's really good.
I heard that was great too. Mark Ruffalo is fantastic.
He's so good in this.
I stan him because he's from Wisconsin. So I gotta talk about my boy Mark Ruffalo he's from Kenosha, Wisconsin. So
is he really?
Yeah, he's born and raised in Kenosha.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, he's a Wisconsin boy like me. So I like him. He's a troubled head producer. We're trying to think this. So I'm gonna talk in scenes because when Dave comes back from like LA to show Greta the song or to play the song, and she listens to it and it's like it's about someone and she slaps the fuck out of him. It's like, what the fuck is that all about? And walks off and talks about how Dave hooked up with the assistant. I was like, really? You had to hook up with somebody else, not Greta? Come on, what the fuck, man? Hated it. But I do love the concept of Greta, and Dan producing a outdoor album. Like they're like in the streets just producing music, and it's great hearing that. And it's like the ambiance of New York City, and it's like that's a great idea for an album actually. And
my favorite scene in the whole movie is when he first meets her, and he starts imagining the rest of the track behind her. Yeah. And the instruments start to play themselves. I think that's fantastic.
That was actually, I was like, ooh, okay. I can see what you're doing. And I love how the film lets you see Greta's side of the story and you see her relationship with Dave and leading up to the point of where we first, watched the beginning of the movie. And it's like, oh, okay, kind of going that way with it. Yeah, the music's really good in this. I don't recall if Keira actually sings the songs, but
she does.
That's a nice voice. Yeah. She has a nice voice.
I love her voice. It's beautiful.
For the music.
Yes, I do as well.
So I do appreciate that. That was really good. No, I actually loved it. I actually loved this movie. I'm glad I got to actually check it out because, like I said, I'm aware of director's work beforehand. There's a few others I have to see by John Carney as well. I think there's
he did Once, right?
Once,
that was the first
yes.
one. Yeah,
I was just gonna say Once is the one I wanted to see it because everything beforehand are all like Irish films that he's done. So, but yeah, Once is the other one I have to see because he won the Academy Award for Best Original Song from that film. So, no, oh man, yeah, it's heartwarming. Really.
What about our boy? What did you think about our special boy?
He's not in the movie for long. Okay.
I honestly don't even remember how long he's in the movie.
He's in a good chunk of the movie. He is. He's
not like an important character. He's like in the background.
Does he sing? Shit. I don't think he sang.
I don't think so.
No. We're
talking about James Corden.
Yes.
Our special boy.
Yeah, James. He's subtle in this film, and I appreciate it. He is not this was what 2013. Yeah, this is
before.
This is like before he started to take over a lot of things. Like, James is. I do have I used to watch his late show because he took over for Craig Ferguson. I'm like, okay, I'm aware. I like James. Like, he was in Doctor Who for an episode of Matt Smith with involving his son and the Cybermen. I was like, okay, I'm aware of him. Gavin and Stacey, and then all of a sudden, Hollywood knocked on the door and it's like, here's your own late night show. And then it's like, oh, I love musicals. I want to be in musicals, and I'm
going to be in every single one of them.
In every single one of them. It's like I'm going to tap my way through, and it's like, okay, James, you got to calm down, James. Just gotta calm down, James. He's I like him in this film. It's fine. He's the James that I know and love, but now he's such a tyrant with musicals. Just don't give him any more roles.
Please don't be in Wicked. Please don't be in Wicked. Please don't.
There's that petition. Sign it. Don't make him be on Wicked. No, Begin Again I love it. I actually really love it. So 10 out of 10.
I listen to the soundtrack a lot. Like,
me too.
The Lost, I think it's called Lost Stars, right?
Yep.
The song is so good. The one that I think she sings to James, that she's right, that the one that they're in the apartment and she's talking about how he like cheated on her.
Yeah.
That song, I love that song.
And then just so over voicemail,
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Every time. Yeah. Good movie.
Yeah. Very good movie.
Should we give our new picks?
Yes.
This is it.
Yes, we should.
Explain it, Shawn.
I picked the theme for the next one. We're not going to be talking about these next episode. Next episode, we're doing our top 10 MCU ranking. But the episode after that, specifically Marvel Studios MCU shows only, as we had a big discussion about. But episode after that, we're going to be each talking about a fantasy movie because I got to choose, and I'm a big fantasy nerd. You can tell by the big books that I read. So I will go first, and here's
good. God. I don't know what I'm giving you.
So, Mike, do you want a good movie, or do you want a movie? I'm not going to say a good movie or a bad movie. I could give you a bad movie. Would you like a good movie, a movie, or a bad movie?
I mean, I tend to watch fantasy, and I do want at least good fantasy experience. There's so many bad fantasy films out there. What's the movie? What's just the movie? I have lots of options. I know you do. I'm just curious, man. I'm curious. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to explore fantasy a bit more. And I know you're like the top fantasy nerd of the group, and I love it. So
give him a good movie.
Okay. Do you want to continue a series or start a new one?
I know where this is. I know where this is going now.
Never mind.
I know where this is going. It has to do. I have to factor in time. I know we have.
I have to factor in time. You have like a month to watch it.
It's true. And I can chunk it up.
You know we're gonna procrastinate and watch it the night before.
I know.
Oh, fuck that, Sarah! I'm not gonna do that. Because if I can chunk it up.
Do you want to continue a movie or series, or do you want to start a new one, Mike? Do you want to get to an ending eventually, or do you want to start over?
I have to start something. I have to start it at least.
Oh. All right. Well, then, your movie is The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring.
The extended versions, baby! No, I'm just kidding.
If you can do the extended versions, you should do the extended edition.
See,
I think it's good.
The first one's
if you
the
can
shortest
break it
one.
up. I don't... Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Let's see. Is it on HBO Max?
It
The
is.
first
All
one
of
is
them
the
are.
shortest extended.
The extended is?
Yeah,
Yes.
all of them are.
Theatrical.
I just checked on HBO Max. They're
I
all
just
on there.
watched all of them back to back.
If you can break it up over the month, I would recommend watching the extended edition.
I think
I'm not going to necessitate it.
Right, because every time I say I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, people are like, "You haven't seen Lord of the Rings," and I have to get to it. And I even bought the DVDs a while ago, and they're like the full, I think a full screen version of, and not even extended edition, but
Yeah.
having HBO Max is actually a little bit easier just to queue it up and just watch it. And I'm a fan of Peter Jackson because I've seen his earlier work, and he's now a billionaire because he sold Weta.
Yeah, he sold Weta.
Yep. So
Really?
Yep. So
to Unity.
yep. So yeah. That's a good. I kind of figured that would be the choice. So yeah.
Some of the other choices were Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe,
So good.
and Seventh Son, which is a terrible movie.
I thought you said you haven't seen it.
I've seen enough of it. I turned it off very quickly.
You fib. You lie.
I started it and I turned it off because it's awful. It's based off an excellent series of books and it's terrible. One of these days we'll open it up to TV shows and like not the whole series,
Oh my
obviously, because that
God.
would be insane. But one of these
Game
days
of
we'll be
Thrones.
like, you have to watch the first episode of something, and I'll get you to watch because fantasy has if you go to fantasy, you go to TV. Except for like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. You go to TV for fantasy. So, anyways, Mike, do you want to give Sarah hers?
Yeah, I thought about it, because I asked her, but after her suggesting Shawn Little Shop of Horrors, I think it's appropriate to go to the same year of '86 to make her watch Labyrinth with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly.
Yay!
And it's also a Jim Henson picture.
You haven't seen it, right?
No,
She
I've
has
never
not
seen it.
Okay.
Labyrinth. So I'm excited to see what she thinks about it. It's also has music in it. David Bowie has songs in it. So
Jennifer Connelly. Beautiful.
it's in her wheelhouse. So I think that's going to be a great exchange.
I'm ready.
For that, so.
Jim Henson graduated from University of Maryland. So
Really?
Oh,
There's
nice.
that.
It's on Netflix, by the way, if you
All right.
look that up.
Perfect.
So it's on Netflix for you.
Good. I've been wanting to watch this. So
All right,
Good.
nice.
Sarah.
Give me all the. All right, Shawn. I
gave you lots of options.
You really did. I'm not going to make you watch Mortal Instruments, even though, oh God, that movie. I read all the books, and that movie is so disappointing, and the show is shit. Anyway, I've decided one of these days I'll make you watch Inkheart because I really like Inkheart.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Okay.
I decided I was debating between the Golden Compass and the new Milan, but I think I'm going to save the new Milan for something else and go Golden Compass because that is pretty fantasy, and I want you to watch it.
Oh.
Now, is this a good movie or a bad movie?
That's up for your debate.
Yes, I'm not.
I just want you to go in as blind as possible.
Okay. I'll watch the Golden Compass. Is that
Let's
Daniel
just-
Craig?
Yep, it is. It
Yes.
is Daniel Craig.
And then
Let's
Film.
just
after
say
that-
when I was in Christian school, we were told not to go see this movie. Let's just put it that way.
There you go. Comes full circle once again.
Full circle.
And
So-
then after I watch this, I can watch His Dark Materials on HBO.
True.
Yes, which I have not watched. But I want to.
Yeah, me
So
too.
yeah,
All right.
we'll all watch it together.
Yeah, we'll talk about his dark materials on this podcast for sure.
All right. I think that's it.
That is it.
That's it. Yeah. Shawn, until next time. Next time I think the whole episode, we're just doing our top 10 list of Marvel movies because we'll have lots to say. Marvel, not just the movies, but the whole MCU specifically.
The whole MCU in the top 10
including the
list
Disney
format.
Plus. Yeah,
I will have watched
projects.
all 30 projects. Good Lord. By then, hopefully. I told my husband,
WandaVision, Loki,
I'm going to really try.
And What If? All right.
I'm going to really try. I told my husband that I'm doing this, and he was like, why? I was like, because I was challenged. And he was like, it's impossible. I said, it's not impossible. He said, let me rephrase. You can do it. You shouldn't do it.
Exactly. But you know what?
I was like,
Good
you know
luck,
what?
Sarah.
I'm 8 movies in so far, so...
You're 8 movies in, and you have, like, a lot to go.
20
Eventually, you have to watch 3
But right now, I'm at all the bad... Like, I'm getting all the not good ones. Yeah, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, I'm at the Thor 2 and Iron Man 3 right now, so can only go up. Anyway, until next time, Shawn, where can people follow you?
At Shawn_AFK on Twitter. Everything I do is in my bio.
Short and sweet. Mike?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet is Shawn's nickname.
And Mike's is...
I'm not that short.
Long and...
You can follow me on Twitter and sometimes Instagram at Mike Mixtape.
Sometimes. Everything
that I do is in my Twitter bio as well. Let me say a few of them because Shawn has neglected to talk about Into the Grid, the Power Ranger podcast that we do
every week,
every fucking week for the past 2 fucking years.
I don't promote any of my shit. I just say in my bio, dude.
In my bio, dude. Yeah, in my bio. Yeah, Into the Grid. We're trying to wrap up SPD. Where as soon as you hear this, we'll probably be done with it. Who knows? We're gonna hop into the next season after that. It's gonna be great. Check it out at Twitter at Go to the Grid and just follow it at Anchor FM/Into the Grid. Very good stuff there. And along with Merc with a Boom Blog here with Beyond Screen here, I'm doing a podcast all about Prime Video movies and maybe TV shows down the line called Prime Picks. And I'm just going down with the guests talking about whatever they pick, and the new episode should be up now. I talked about Val with Brad, which is a associate of Josh from DC Comic News. So it was a fun discussion about Val Kilmer. So definitely listen to that. And the previous episode before that was David B with Without Remorse. And before that was Sara with Hook. And so just give Prime Picks a listen and you'll enjoy it. It's a podcast feed only, no video. So yeah, all podcasts all the time. Yeah, I'll just say that for now. So yeah.
And you can follow me on Twitter at SCBach. It's on the screen, whatever. I am taking a break from Go Get That Rose for a little bit, just for my own mental stability. But I might be doing trailer reactions. So, just trading one thing for the other. So that'll be coming. Probably even more stress, let's be honest. But it's fine. We will see what happens when that happens. No idea. Anyway, until next time, wait, how do I want to say this? Until next time, we will see you when we go beyond the screen.